Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome back to Let's Talk Marriage.
where we talk marriage through transparency. Welcome back, guys. How y'all doing out there in Facebook and YouTube land?
And how was y'all Resurrection Sunday?
Absolutely. Today was Resurrection Sunday. We actually went to church today.
Yeah, don't tell nobody.
Are you kidding me right now?
No, I'm not.
We went to church today. We actually had a really good
Yeah,
time
it's a pretty good
today.
sermon. Yeah, a pretty good sermon. How would you live your life after you've been resurrected?
Absolutely. How would you live your life after you've been resurrected? It was a really good service today, and
Yes, it
we
was.
enjoyed ourselves. And of course, when Grandma says, come to church on Sunday." We said we'll go ahead and pay our respects, and we actually got a chance to go and visit your brother as well, which
Oh,
was
we
really
did, we
good.
did, we did, we did. We missed the service, but we got a check. We didn't miss them.
Absolutely. We missed the service, but we didn't miss them, which is really, really good. So we went to church today and we had an amazing, amazing, amazing time. So with that being said, we want to do some preliminaries real quick and talk about some wonderful things that are up and coming,
Correct.
and not only that are up and coming, but some people that we actually support because they support us, which is really good.
Yeah, it is good to support one another and help each other as we go through this life. Because without supporters, where would we be?
Absolutely. So I'm glad that we have some really good supporters. So what I want to do now is I'm just going to bring these things on here. So I wanted to share a little bit about Minister Lionel on a father's note.
Yes,
He actually comes on before we do, which is really, really good. Let me do a
correct.
better angle at that.
Yeah, I think something missing from from the photo.
No, nothing's well, I think it's cut off a
Yeah, it's
little
kind
bit,
of cut
but you
off.
see a father's note here.
Yes.
So he comes on at 7 o'clock. We had to snatch a picture. We stole it. So
Yes. Hope you don't be mad at us.
he's not going to be mad because we're showing him some love and support
Yes.
today. So
I mean, he has some great material as well.
absolutely. So if you guys get an opportunity, because sometimes on Sundays people say they don't have anything to do. So at 7 o'clock, he's on YouTube and he's also on Facebook. So make sure that you go on over to A Father's Note.
Yes.
Okay. And so next we have dun, 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 my husband's uncle, Pastor Raymond Carvel Sr. So we're posting this today because he is running for councilman seat number 2 for Miami Gardens. So we want to make sure that if you live in the city of Miami Gardens, Florida, that you have an opportunity
Correct.
to make sure that you go on over and support him.
Yeah, because if you want to see a change, you have to start.
Absolutely, absolutely. So change doesn't change until you change. We always talk about we want things to happen and we want things to be a little different, but we
Exactly.
never, ever, ever go out to find out more information,
Mm-hmm.
to see what we can do to lend a helping hand,
Correct.
and also all the other things that we can just, even if it calls for our financial support. So it's good to get up and go out and support. So if you live in the city of Miami Gardens, please make sure that you go out and support Pastor Raymond Carvel Sr. Okay. All right. So we have a really hot topic for today.
We surely do.
Let me tell you. So we had several people to not only inbox us, but to say to us, well, we're there. We're going to just pray for you because the topic was a bit much for them, but it's not a lot for us.
No, I mean, we're not scared for challenge. For challenge, I'll put it that way. We're not scared for a good challenge. Everything is up for discussion in Kanana life, but we act like everything is not up to challenge because we are scared to approach it.
Absolutely. I think that if you are mature enough, there are certain conversations that you can have with a mature mind, with an open mind. No one should ever argue to the point where you're coming to blows. These are just, some things are just theories, some things are just somebody else's opinion, but it doesn't mean that you have to take on that opinion as your own. You have
Exactly.
you got your own mind. You know what I mean?
You have to respect other people's opinion, and including they have to respect your opinion.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people are scared to respect other people's opinion because they're scared of their own opinion.
Wait a minute. What does that mean? What do you mean by that? They're
Because
scared of
some
their own
people would have a
opinion.
good thought, but scared to announce that thought because they're scared of the what people
The
might yeah, the
backlash.
backlash from
Yeah.
it.
Okay. I see you, baby. I see what you're trying to do there. I
You
see
know.
you. I see you. Yeah. People are usually afraid of the backlash, but we're not afraid. We have been doing a lot of things on our own for so
Yes.
long that at this point, it's like either you love us or you don't. So,
You agree with
but
us or you don't agree with us.
but everything that we share here, we try to make sure that we are sharing it with in love,
Hmm.
and that we're leaving an open space for everyone to just kind of come in and voice their opinion. We don't have to take. My husband said a while back in a show that we did that just because it's going on at 1, 2, 3, 4 address, it doesn't mean that it has to go on at 5, 4, 5, 6 address.
Correct.
So what happens at your house stays at your house, and what happens at our house stays at our
Exactly.
house, right?
Because what may happen in our house cannot happen in your house.
Absolutely.
So don't get mad at other people because of the way they live their life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we're going to bring this topic on today, and it is talking about why Black women should consider dating white men.
Now you may ask this question: why are y'all bringing this topic to forth now? What is the main issue why you're bringing this up? Well, it's a many different reasons, but the main reason, if you notice in the background of our flyer, you have the
Supreme Court
Supreme Court
Justice.
Justice,
Mm-hmm.
which is married to a white guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad at her about that. That's her life decision. But my problem with that more so is lately it been seemed as if it, quote me if I'm wrong now, let me know if I'm wrong, that as a black people, we can't make it in life unless we are married to a white person.
Okay, now let's take a deep breath, because you're like your uncle. When your uncle came on last week, he just wants to get straight to the point.
Well, we getting there. I'm just going straight to the
No,
nitty gritty. That's
you
all.
got to ease this out on the
Oh, okay,
people.
okay. Well, okay, I'll say it better this way.
No,
Oh,
wait. Let's read the let's read where we got this from first, so we can at least seem organized. Because I know you want to get in, and there are people who want to get in on this too. But I want you to let's just ease it out on the people, okay?
okay, we're gonna ease it on now.
So we posted this on our Facebook site, and it says here that two of the most powerful positions in the United States government is held for the first time by Black women, which is Kamala Harris
Uh huh.
and Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Correct.
So Harris, as we all know, is the president of the United States, right? And
Vice president.
vice. Well, I apologize.
Vice president.
She
Yes,
is the
vice
vice
president.
president. You
Yes.
know, Biden is the president. I'm not
Yes.
crazy.
Yes. You want no
And then
backlash
we
now.
have Ketanji Brown, who is now the United States Supreme Court Justice.
Yes.
Now, but Harris and Brown, they both share some personal attributes together, which is that they are equally or both married to white men.
Correct.
Okay, now this was published by the New York Post on I have the first here, but it was posted on the 2nd. And then on April the 4th, I think it was edited or something like that by Richard Banks. He's actually the original author of this.
Mm-hmm.
So when we saw this, we were like, oh God, we need to really talk about this. But
Yeah.
we had a lot of other things going on. So we had, people that were coming on, but we wanted to really address this issue is, about, Black men or Black women not being able to have a suitable Black man because they're saying that we should date white men.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that is a big issue with yourself. Who you in love with is your problem. That's your business. That's who you're in love with. I have no problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is, we all grows together. We have to wake up in the morning with our decision.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm noticing now, social media begin to push the gender as if a Black woman want to be successful, she has to be connected to a white gentleman. And I think that's false because no matter who you with, you could be a failure or a success.
I agree. So this is what the post was actually speaking about as well. It's saying that that black women, because after they've gotten to a certain standard or a certain statute, that there are no black men,
Yeah,
and that they can only date white men.
correct.
Now, I want you guys to post in the comments if you agree, if you disagree, what your opinion may be on this. And you can also call in at 754-303-9976. If you want to join in the conversation, you can call, or you can actually just come on the show with us as well. Send me your email address and I'll share with you so that you can come on to the site as well. But what we are seeing here, like, this is a very, very tough topic because you want to be very careful with what you say, because we don't care who people date.
Yeah,
If you
because
want to date a white person, you can date a white person. You want to date a black person, you date a black person.
honest, be honest with you, not disrespecting nobody in our family. We have interracial marriage in our family, and I'm not disrespecting to say I disagree with it at all. I am fine with it. That's your personal decision.
Absolutely.
But what I'm saying is, when you attach success to marrying outside of who you are, that's a problem, because now you're making a false allegation. Because honestly, again, like I said earlier, you could be success with or without with anybody.
Let's bring up another. So my husband loves to do his little research.
Oh
Let's
yes,
let's bring his research in. Let me show you what he has found. Is this your research?
that's one of them.
So let's see here.
That's the article actually.
This is the article
That's
here.
that's the article right
So
there.
let's go to the next slide then.
Hmm.
So one of the other articles written by this same person, he has a book and it says, "Is Marriage for White People?" Now, we're not supporting this book.
No, we're
We
not.
have not seen this book.
We haven't even read it, but
But when we read the article again, the gentleman was saying that there was a really big issue with him writing it, because what he was saying was is that black women will not find, or oh, I wrote it down. Yes, I did. As a result, many black women feel they should marry down before they marry out. So they will not date white men right away, but they will date down before they do so. And so what he's alluding to is that black women should date white men if they want to be elevated, if they want to go a little bit further.
and to me that's an insult to us, period. Especially to the men.
Mhm.
Because I'll be honest, there are some very good men's out there.
Men.
Men, I'm sorry, men out there. And but we're putting them down because honestly, a lot of us don't know how to treat good men when we receive a good man.
Now, so hold on. Now,
Oh, okay, I'm gonna slow
this is
down.
what he said as well. He said that black women should not be held to the struggle of black men. So what he's saying is that most black men, and we have seen this, where black men will, uh, they'll they'll keep a black woman in the struggle of whatever it is that they're doing. And we've seen this in with NBA players, with most black men that really, really make it. They will take the black woman through all the struggle with them. She'll be there.
Leave them alone.
She'll push them and say, "Hey, baby, you can do this. You can do this." But when he finally gets fully on, or when he's finally making substantial amount of money, he ends up leaving that woman, that black woman who has carried his children
Hmm.
and done all these things and has been in this struggle with him,
Yeah,
that he will eventually leave her for a white woman.
and that's a disgrace if you do something like that, because
But why would that be a disgrace? Because let's say he just didn't want to be with her. Why is that such a disgrace?
well, why would you screen somebody alone that many years and not be honest with her?
Now the thing is that I believe that most men don't know the flavors that are out there until they get into those positions. Look at your face.
Flavor?
Yeah,
It's like trying ice cream, like going
there's
to
different flavors out there. You got Hispanic women, you got white women, you
You
got
know.
Puerto Rican women, you got African women, you got all sorts of flavors that are out there. And most black men that we have seen, they leave the black woman and they go straight on over to the white women. We not seen this?
Oh no, I'm not going to disagree. I'll call one name out. I'm not going to do it. That'd be rude.
Mm-mm.
Uh,
Don't call names. Now we still want to have a show.
oh, but honestly, I have seen that too many times, and then they are proud about that. And then
Why do you think it's such a bad thing for them to do if they don't want them anymore? So another thing, let me share
but they
this with
but hold
you.
up, but
Okay.
but the thing is they get with their white woman and do the same thing.
So what do you think that is?
I think that it's a problem with their own self.
What is a problem within them? Very
Yeah,
good.
I think it's a problem with themselves. I think they have identity issues of who they are, what they want to be, or who they want to be with.
I mean, 9 times out of 10, a lot of our black men that have come from a struggle, they've never. We're just talking about NBA or football players at this moment.
Even movie stars.
Yeah, movie stars as well. They've never had that much money before. They've never been in certain arenas, and sometimes. And I've heard people say, "Oh, well, if I'm with this black woman, she'll bring me down because all she knows is the struggle, and she can't see further than that."
Well, the thing is if we like me and you, if I didn't elevate myself as you was elevating, you would have left me behind
But why would I leave you?
because I won't be no use to you. Because well,
That I don't like that
no, no,
statement. That's
no, no,
crazy.
no, no. What value would I bring to you if I bring you down with my whole my own struggle, quote unquote, against you? You know, I notice this. A lot of black men they say, "Oh, I'm in a struggle. It's a struggle," but when are we gonna get up and do something about the struggle that we in?
Hmm.
We can't sit there and mope and cry like a little baby, waiting for somebody to change our pamper. We got to get our behind up, clean ourselves up, and get out there and do something about our struggle. If you want to struggle, struggle with a purpose. And so, you know something, dear? I know we're struggling, but let's do something that will get us to another point where we can be successful.
Hmm.
But I notice a lot of young men, like I said one time before, have lack of vision.
Mm-hmm.
So a lack of vision, they don't know what they want. So when they get with a woman, they give her trash because they don't know what they really want and they don't got no value to give her. So now I can understand many different ways why a lot of women will say, "Well, ain't no good men out there," but at the same time, you can't really say that either.
Uh-oh, don't you start going down that road
Okay, I'm gonna
because I
stop.
know where you're going.
No,
Don't
okay,
you?
I'm gonna stop.
Y'all come on and chime on in. I know you're there. I see you watching. I see you listening.
Probing,
Probing.
probing. And the thing is, I'm happy that we're able to have this conversation because it's not against nobody. It's a life choice decision that we all have to make in life. But I don't want people to think that, oh, to be successful, I have to be married outside my race. You don't. Because beyond with you, white people have the same struggle we have sometime within themselves, but in a different way.
This is absolutely true. We see this often that sometimes, because they don't understand oftentimes our culture. But there are some people, there's some women and some men that are out there who are willing to teach white people our struggle, or maybe they understand the struggle. They're willing to teach those things. With that being said, let's go to the next point here.
No problem.
Let's go to the next one.
Do, 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 do.
Oh, I want to bring that up a little bit better so I can see it. So we found this on Wikipedia.
Yes.
We were actually just, we're always doing some research, and we found this. So according to Wikipedia, the Quaker Zephaniah Kingsley married outside the U.S. a black enslaved woman that he bought in Cuba. He also had 3 black common law enslaved wives. It says manumitted. Now, this means that they were released from slaves and they were set free. All 4 of them, he just released them. In 1828, he published a treaty. He reprinted them 3 times on the benefits of intermarriage, which, according to Kingsley, produced healthier and more beautiful children and better citizens. In Spanish Florida, where Kingsley lived, he was tolerated until Florida became a U.S. territory, for which reason he eventually moved with his family to Haiti. Today it's called the Dominican Republic. Listen, it's saying here, and I've heard this before. A lot of people say that they marry white people in order to have beautiful children. I think we both stuck on that. I think that my children are very beautiful.
You
They
know,
have features of you and myself. They have beautiful black skin. They have beautiful hair. And I tell you, sometimes, when I was growing up, my skin is darker than all of my family members,
Mm,
and to hear me be called different names, or I've even heard a family member call me monkey, by just trying to be funny, but it wasn't funny to me. Words always kind of hurt.
yeah, it
And
does.
this is why growing up I kind of fought a lot. I was always, like, it felt like I was the excuse me, black sheep of my family. And when you say lighter skin is more beautiful, I beg to differ.
It's to me, it's saying that you are disgusted with yourself. For you to say that, well, I'm American, I want my kids to be beautiful, so I'm gonna get with this um, European person, individual, and have children with them because I like their hair, I like their skin, and I want my child to have the same complexion. So you're telling me that you hate yourself and that you're not happy about it yourself. So you prefer to marry outside your marriage race because of that. That's wrong. Because you not, I mean, you need self therapy for that.
Yeah. Now, see, this guy here, this was old. This was back in the 1800s. So he,
But a
uh,
lot of it have not changed.
oh, wow. We think and we want to believe that things are different because we're evolving into something different. I do know a lot of black people who have their own businesses. There are thriving black people that are out there. There are thriving black people that are out there that are married to other black people. My thing is that with what we're talking about now, I would hate for black people to feel that they cannot succeed together. My husband does not have a degree. I have the degree, but it does not mean that he is that I am better than him or he is less than me because
Mm,
he doesn't have it. Because I know several people with a lot of degrees and they're educated fools.
yes.
And the thing is that a lot of the things, like when I was going to school, a lot of the things that I learned, my husband reads so much, and he would always say, "Oh, well, it's this, that, and the other. Well, that's why, and that's this, and that's that." And then I would go to school, and I would be like, "My husband said this," So he doesn't have to have the degree, because it just seems like I just went to school, read a bunch of books that made me sad to learn that the European people did all these things to us, and they were able to get away with so much, and then continue to utilize the black people and utilize the womb of the black
For
woman
profit.
for profit.
And beyond with you, like I'm thinking now is, you know, we need to wake up and look at ourselves and ask ourselves, what are we doing? How do we feel? Because yes, you get a degree, you get smart, you get intelligent, but sometimes a degree only say that you could do one job,
This is true.
and that's it. And if you have a conversation with me, you'll get mad at me, want to fight me because I read more than just one job.
Hmm.
Just because a person don't have a degree don't mean they're not educated. And yeah, and a lot of people miss scrutinize when it comes down to black. Some of these black men that is out there. They are well read, well spoken,
Yes.
but at the same time, they are also scared too.
Yeah.
So they put up a shell because they feel like they can get taken advantage of because either a black woman may call them, the N word, or how it is, how we speak down on our black. Because I work in the jail system, and I watch how the woman talk down to the men. It pissed me off. So if they
Yes.
do it to the men that's locked up, what are they doing to the men that's not locked up?
Yeah. At your job, you got a lot of drama going on
Too much drama. Yeah.
over there. It's the stories my husband has come, home to tell me about, the black women that has even spoken down to him. And I don't work up there, of course. And those of you who know me, you know that I love my husband. I love my family. And to hear him say, um, what one incident where the young lady told him that he was less of a man. But hold
No,
on, wait, let me just hold on, hold my hand, hold
I'm
my
I'm
hand,
tell you what, I'm about to tell you
hold my
exactly what
hand,
I'll tell you exactly what she said. I will never forget it.
hold my hand. Go
Because when
ahead.
when the incident took place, I had to go back, and my sergeant told me to go back, Carvel, and get your items
Don't
and come
tell
on
too
back.
much. Don't tell too
So when I
much.
came back, I saw the other sergeant. She said, "What is she doing here?" I said, "I'm coming to get me before I got a chance to finish my conversation and tell her why I'm over here and who allowed me to come back over and retrieve my items." She said, "You're an irresponsible man."
Look, he's squeezing my hand, y'all.
Now, for a person to tell a young black man that have one wife, 4 children, that he's an irresponsible man and he take everything on his own, you are in great error. I refuse to have anybody to talk to me like I'm their child in any form of fashion. So when she look at me in my eyes, I'll give her one good dirty look like you about to go sleep night today.
Now,
She look at me and says, she kept on talking, but when she saw my eyes, she saw my hand drop. She stopped talking. She did 360 and walk out my face. I mean, 180 walk out my face. From this day to that, from that day to this day, she haven't spoken to me yet. And when she do speak to me, it is with respect, because I refuse to have anybody talk to me down like I am their child. I'm a
yeah.
grown man, and I'm gonna act like one until the day I die.
You know, the funny thing is that when he came home and shared this with me, I saw his face. And as a woman, for me, I'm just like, well, where's she at? But then I realized that I had to speak to the man in him and comfort him in that moment, because oftentimes we don't know and that's just something little. He goes through so many different things at his job. This is why it's vitally important when I tell you guys, those of you who know me, my house has to be clean when he comes home. I don't want him to come home to a stink house, where we've been, cooking and doing all this crazy stuff all day. And it's just, it's smelling like this, or it's the garbage isn't taken out. Those things, need to be done when he comes home, because if he's working as hard as he is and having to take on even women behaving like men who are over him, and they are speaking down to him as if he's nothing, and having to see his face and he can't check him like a man.
Uh-huh.
I'm having to just speak to the man in him and say, hey, it's only a little while longer.
Correct.
It's this is not going to always be. We just got to hold on a little while longer, and you continue to pray, and I pray for him and pray with him about these things and the things that he's feeling, because it can be a bit much. So if he's feeling this at work, and this is just a tad bit of information that we're sharing with you guys, but if he's feeling this at work, if these same women can do this, and we hear the stories, Lord Jesus, if these same women are going home because they have a manly job, they're going home doing these same things, what is that doing to the black man when they get home?
Or
And a
their
lot of them are
sons.
going into, or their sons. A lot of
Yeah.
them are going into divorce.
Yeah. Because you got to
You can let
remember.
my hand go
Okay,
now.
I'm sorry. Uh, so a lot of us don't understand. It was a comment that was made on Facebook, I believe it was, or YouTube. A young lady says, she said, she heard this young lady calling a man, I don't know, all kind of name. You sorry, no good, dog, da 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 da. And the woman said, so what would make him want to respect you if you don't respect him?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is we men have to show respect anyway, no matter what.
So there was another post that I read as well, where the gentleman, we saw where the lady, she was falling asleep with the baby in her hand, and her guy friend, or I don't think it was her boyfriend. Those of you who are calling in right now, just hang on just a moment. I'm going to answer the call, but I'm going to put you on mute for a moment. So she had the baby in her hand, and with the baby in her hand, she was falling asleep. And those of you who have babies, you've been there before. You know what it feels like. You're just tired. I've seen my husband come and get the baby out of my hand and just, go take the baby, go feed the baby, and all those types of things. This guy was recording the woman, slapped her, and said, "You're no good." And so there was another gentleman who came on and he recorded over it. And he said, "This is why women, our black women, do not respect us, why they don't trust us, and why they turn around and they behave like us. Because look at what we're doing to them
Correct.
when they are struggling."
Correct.
So we have a caller that's calling in. We're going to go ahead and let you on, caller. Caller, are you there?
Yes.
Caller, you have to mute your background. Who am I speaking with today?
I got
Hello.
Hello.
Yes,
Yes.
caller, you got to mute your background.
I'm out of there. I just wanted to say this in reference to the article itself. When I read it, I did that when I read that article and I saw the comments that was made, in all honesty, my first impression of it was that it was stating that black men were not good enough
Mm,
Correct.
for successful black women. For successful black women,
mhm.
That's saying I read.
if they wanted that status or that high status, especially if they have achieved the accomplishments such as Kamala Harris and Kataji Brown and many others, in order for them to have that status and to maintain that status, they would have to be in a relationship with a white man. And I, as a black man, I took that very offensive because just because I may not have the college degrees, I am absolutely certain that we have a lot of black successful men, millionaires, who don't have a college degree, who
Mhm.
don't have whatever, but they know how to make their money. They have provided for their families. They have
Right.
raised their families, put their children through college and the whole 9 yards. But I just took that look at that as a slap in the face. And
It was.
even I'm going to go as far as to say this. I
Uh-oh.
find it very interesting that he, as a black man
Hmm.
himself, will make a comment or write an article such as that. Now, he's married to a black woman.
Yeah,
So
I
Mhm.
that's
saw
the
that.
first thing I wanted to see if he was married to a white woman. That's why he would say that. But he's married to a black woman. So why is he into this interracial thing for whatever reason? Of course, I have not finished my research into looking into it, but I was a bit taken back by this guy,
Yeah, I
to
was
be
too.
honest.
Hang on the line a little bit here. I really believe that the reason why he wrote this is because of the representation of what we are seeing in the news and on Facebook and all these different things. We're not seeing the millionaire men who are unless you're going to search for it.
Well,
We're not seeing that. We're seeing the men with their pants down. We're seeing the men slapping their women. We're seeing jealous men. We're seeing, men who are envious. We're seeing men who have not come into their own manhood yet. And so
But
therefore, go ahead.
okay, so I was having a conversation with some of my children, and when you really look at it, such as because they had mentioned, oh, you ought to get on TikTok, and I said, well, I don't want to have nothing to do with TikTok, you know. So one of my children said, what is promoted over here in the United States on TikTok, you won't find that in China.
Oh yeah, that's correct.
Whatever they have on TikTok, it is stuff that is successful.
Mm-hmm.
But only here in the United States do they allow negative things to be posted, especially when it comes to men of color,
yeah.
to be posted on social media. I believe that, and you all know I don't do the race thing, but I am disturbed by the fact that we ourselves as black people do allow this type of narrative to be labeled upon us
Correct.
when actually we can do something about it.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, don't promote. See, when you see something that is negative, that is a negative representation of a black man, and then you repost it again. So what you're doing is that you are enabling it to continue.
Mm-hmm.
Cancel it. Don't promote it. If anything, promote things that are positive.
Yeah.
That's going to show the good side of our black men.
You know
I
how
had, I
they
mean,
go ahead, go ahead.
I had, I had an incident that happened in my job when I once was working,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a single, single, single mother there with her daughter. Daughter had to be about 16, 17 years old. She started arguing with me because she thought that I was ignoring her. When in actuality, I was having a conversation with my supervisor. She thought it had something to do with her. And this black woman, whom technically I'm old enough to be her father, came at me with everything derogatory
Wow.
that she can come out of her mouth with. Now, she doesn't know me, period. I dealt with that. I listened to it. But what really got me was this. I managed to address her about how she approached me. But what really got me about that whole incident was that that was the example that she was setting for her daughter. So in essence, then, so what you're doing, ma'am, you're showing your daughter how she should talk to another black man.
Correct.
You
Right.
are demonstrating to your daughter how she should degrade the black man.
Mhm.
You're showing your daughter how you are not to respect a black man just because you may not disagree with him.
Mhm.
That's what I had the issue with.
Now, see, let me ask you a question. And this is what the article was alluding to as well. How can the black woman respect the black man when one, he doesn't respect himself, neither does he respect the black woman? How can the black women continue to try or even try to respect someone who, I guess again, I'm saying the same thing over and over. How
But
can
look,
they
okay,
respect
let me
some if
ask you.
they can't
I'm gonna
respect
ask you a question.
themselves?
I'm gonna answer your question, and I'm gonna answer it this way. Look at what you just addressed. It's about, I'm gonna say, the 2 or 3 percenters of the men who don't respect their black women.
Mm-hmm.
You have men out here that do respect their black women,
Yes.
Right.
but yet we highlight the negative
Mm-hmm.
of what's going on there. Like we're the only race who don't respect our women.
That's true.
We act as if there's no Puerto Ricans,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
no Hispanics,
Mm-hmm.
no Brazilians, French, Italian, whatever culture you want to call, that is only in the black race where the men don't know how to treat their women. So why is that?
Well,
Well,
I have an idea. Go ahead, baby. Say what you were
no,
gonna
you
say.
gonna say it first.
So the idea is that, like you said, in China and all these other places, they don't promote these types of things. So when you have the opportunity, like I share with people often, when they say, "Oh, I can't do this and I can't do, I can't do the right thing." Like we can have all these good shows that are out there. I just did, 3 shows back to back that was very informative, things that people would call and ask me for, very informative shows. But because there is no drama on this
Thank you.
show, because there is nothing that is highlighting negativity, I think sometimes people are
Thank you.
drawn
To
to
negative.
negativity. So I wrote down here in my notes here is that how can we do this when sin feels good? So when you're out there and you're doing all these things, like it feels good to gossip, like you have an itching ear, you're hearing somebody else's business. We can shut that stuff down, but we don't often do that, especially when we see our mothers getting on the
Yeah.
phone, they're gossiping with their friends. We see our some of our fathers going out with their guy friends. Oh, I gotta leave, my wife getting on my nerves, I'm gonna go out here and drink with the buddies. And if it's not drama driven, I have an associate, and I tell you, there's a lot of things that I just don't want to do. And because I don't want to do that, I see where there are a lot of people will be drawn to the wrong thing. And I'm just like, I would remember when I would come to my husband and I would say, why are they drawn to this? This is bad. And it would hurt me to see people come in droves to be told lies. They want you to lie to them, to, like, we've started a business and we're making decent money and we're going out and we're doing all these different things. But I can't lie to the people. I'm not going to try and sell you a dream to just pull you in. I would rather give you the truth, because being a business owner, it takes time. It hurts. It's painful. You're going to have people that only want to come around when it's time to, when they see you making money. It doesn't happen though. These things don't happen the way that people think that it does. They want a get rich or get quick, something they want it microwave, they want it fast, and it does not. Even if you want to serve the Lord, you got to take time and spend time with them.
Being married is like a life choice. You have to learn who you are with. You just can't say to them, tomorrow I'm gonna marry this person and 30 years is gonna be just great. No, it's not. It don't happen that way. You have to learn who that person is. Has to learn how they smile, what make them angry, what their favorite food, what they're allergic to, things that make the relationship grow strong. People do not take the time to do anything no more. They want a microwave lifestyle and that's it. They
Yeah.
want they want to be able to show the world on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook how they living their lie.
Because I'm telling you, this stuff, it is not easy to continue to maintain, because every day I don't like him, but I love him every day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There are days that we just go in your room and I'm gonna go in my room. But people sit on social media and they can lie. They lie a good lie. And I see it sometimes and I'm just like, that cannot, I would love to know what's going on in their house, but because it ain't my business, I don't even care.
I really don't care. I bet.
Let me show you. Let me highlight something else.
Go ahead.
While y'all talking, while y'all saying that.
Since you on the line, call, I guess you just gonna stay with us. Stay on with us, call it. I think this is Minister Lionel.
You said that
It's
we
him.
promote negative stuff, and that's absolutely right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, sir.
You mentioned about how that you have very informative shows, but people don't gravitate to that
They don't want that.
No.
because it's not drama driven.
Correct.
I don't know if this if this would correlate with what this discussion is. But this is an example. Let me use this as an example. Because it came. Let's take Kevin Samuels.
Oh God.
All he do is do.
It's drama
I
driven.
don't watch him.
I don't either.
But all he do is degrade
Women.
black women,
Black women.
especially.
Yes, I noticed that.
That's all he do.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody, he has a following out of the yang yang. I just made that observation just to prove your point. But you take a show like what you all having and others who are doing and advertising and promoting the positive side. Now, I am not race driven.
No.
I don't believe in it, first of all, that word. But nevertheless, though, we promote things that are positive, especially for black people.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not being promoted. Like if we was showing booty shaking and anything like that, there are fights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's what's wrong. If I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna get off. For Mr. Jackson to have said what he said, that is because we as a culture of people have promoted it.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your comment and
No problem at all.
coming on in. Thank you. Good night. I'm going to agree with that. We are as a people are promoting and allowing certain things to come in. That's just like, we have locks on our phones, and I've heard this before, and it makes so much sense. We have locks on our phones. We have password security. We have cameras in our house. We have but we don't guard
Our life,
our spirit. We don't guard our heart. We don't guard our life. We don't guard our space. We allow too many people in, and I was a product of that until you had to show me and tell me this is not good.
No.
We are married. I'm not married to my family. I'm married to you. I'm not
Right.
married to your family. I'm married to you.
Yeah.
And once me, I got that understanding. I never looked anymore for outside validation.
Correct.
I was able to get the things that I needed from right here in this house.
Yes. I know with me, I tell my kids, my children all the time, I say, I would not allow you to be a clown on social media.
Absolutely.
And they look at, but daddy, dad, I said, no, I would not allow you to be an entertainment for them people.
Absolutely.
Because you sit there, make yourself out of food for a couple of dollars like a clown.
Mm-hmm.
Then at the end of the day, you have nothing left because you don't disgrade your whole self. Your
Yes.
self-esteem, everything had been destroyed because you gave it to the world.
And you don't think about, some people don't think about the children that they may have in the future. There was an incident with Kim Kardashian. It was plastered all over the social media where she had to call Kanye West because her daughter found her sex tape online. Her life is about online and all this stuff. And I'm like, did you not think that your child would ever find? So we have to be careful of what we're just doing,
Yeah.
period, and how we're promoting ourselves
Could,
online. Go ahead,
could
baby.
basically what just happened was what because she made a comment about a couple of months ago saying that you people need to get off your F and A and get a job. All you women, y'all need to get up and get a job. Work hard, work hard. But then her daughter found why she was working so hard.
Get off this. Oh, let's go to the next one. I can't even deal with you right now. I didn't even see that. See how much I followed him? I don't even follow it like that. But anywho, let's bring up the next point here. What does it say? Oh, I don't like that one. Cut your
Thank
whole
you.
face off. I'm sorry. Are black women settling for black men because they do not want to date outside of their race? Also, are black women dating down or settling for men who are no match for them? This is crazy.
That is a big glass of water to swallow.
I've seen some people date down because they really feel that because they don't want to date outside of their race, and then they talk about the man so bad. I'm like, why are you even with him? Just let him go.
All right, I'm be honest. I'm be frank with that.
No, don't be too
No,
frank.
I'm be frank. No, I'm be like it is.
I want you to
You
be
know,
Ilias. Don't be frank.
okay. Then I'll be Frank Elias. Okay. Uh, if you are running into garbage, maybe because you may be garbage yourself. I'm not trying to be mean at it, but let's be frank about it.
Hold on, baby. Caller, if you are calling in, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna answer, but I'm gonna put you on hold and let him finish his thought. Hang on, caller. Go ahead.
So if you're gonna be mad at anybody else about dating garbage men, look yourself in the mirror. Because you only attract what you are. Because I had to do the same for myself. I was tracking foolishness. I said, hold up now. I need to figure out what's going on with me and love myself.
Right.
And once I began to love myself, my wife came along.
Ooh.
So you just can't sit here and be mad because black man is garbage. No, 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 no. Who holding the garbage can?
Bring the caller on. Caller, are you there?
Hey, good evening. How we doing?
Good evening.
Good evening. How you-
I appreciate all I've heard thus far, and I appreciate all the callers that have called in. But one thing that I must say that we as a black race, especially black men, we must remember our identity. And
Yes.
I know sometimes it's hard to say, well, that because a black man was not raised by a father, he was raised by the mother. That's the excuse a lot of people want to use. But one thing I could tell you firsthand was that my mother, she raised all of her sons, and every last one of us turned out to be, successful individual. And so it's totally up to one, your background. It's totally up to what is it in life that you want to make out of it. Because when I look at my life, I'm successful only because I have a great wife
Mm-hmm.
that made it possible for me to be successful. But when you at the same time have a woman talking you down, like you are less than a man, and you as a man decide that you're not going to prove her wrong. Sometimes women say things to motivate us to be great, because I
Yeah.
know for a fact, after 30 plus years of working law enforcement, a lot of time, if I were to listen to what was said about me, I would have quit long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the fact that I know why I was working, I know that I was working because I want my family to have a better life, and I want to have a better life. So all of that helps me to want to take care of the most important thing in my life, which is my family. And of course, before my family, I want to take care of myself. So I
Absolutely.
tell everyone, stop looking at the social media. Stop letting social media dictate who you are. Social media is defining a lot of lives, and people are comparing what they see on television to their daily lives. And one thing I can tell you, my wife can attest to it, that I watch TV for entertainment, and whatever it is, I don't make it part of my life. I don't compare my relationship or my life based on what I see on television.
Correct.
And when people tell me what I cannot do, I prove them wrong, because I mean, life as a whole, you have to want something in life for it to materialize. But white society will tell you that, you know, the white man ice is always colder than the black man ice. And last time I checked, it all goes to freezer. It all goes to the same mechanism. It's all goes to the same process. But what is it you want out of life? So I just
Correct.
want to
Absolutely.
echo that, keep doing what both of you are doing, and Taisha and Elias Carvel, you're the bomb. Y'all doing a great job, and if people want to emulate or imitate, let them imitate you. Let them see what your success,
Yes.
and see where you are going. And I promise you that it's not about who you married. It's about what you get out of the marriage.
Hmm.
A lot of black men got to step up. A lot of women got to step up and
Hmm.
start treating your man like the king that he is. And then black men in turn got to treat their wives like the queen that she is. And
Yeah.
by both doing their part, they will last 39 and beyond years of
Absolutely.
relationship, friendship, communicating together. All those things is what makes, not the bank account that make the relationship. It's
That's right.
communicating, with your spouse. Remember the good days. Remember the things that make you laugh. Remember the things that even make you cry. Those little things helps you,
Yeah.
to strengthen who you are, and that's what I built on, and that's why I'm successful, because my home is successful. When
Correct.
you see a person, they claim their business successful, but they're in the third, fourth, fifth, sixth relationship, something wrong with that.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Thank you so much for calling in and sharing your points with us today.
No, thank you, and keep up the good work, and I'll go back to listening.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
Thank you. Thank
right,
you. Thank you.
bye bye.
You
You,
know what? That is that is really, really good.
yeah.
When he talked about the bank accounts, none of this money is gonna go with you in the grave. It's good to
Oh.
leave something for your children, but it's good to have your children to learn how to work for themselves as well, so that you've given them some tools.
Hmm. You see, you ate my mind because
We didn't sing.
when I think about growing up, I remember seeing marriages last 30, 40 years to the same black couple.
Yes.
Since they were teenagers,
Hmm.
they see their great grands. And they didn't have so much finance, but they was rich in spirit.
Hmm.
Till people were showering them with so much love till you thought they was rich.
Yeah.
But they was not rich, but they were satisfied with each other. That is more valuable than money.
Yeah.
Because when it all boiled down, that money will fade away. But that love that spouse will give you, that satisfactory will last you a lifetime. And we missing that. So we feel like, oh, I can't get it from a black man or a black woman because I am so successful. If she ain't successful, got a degree, I can't be with her because she's stupid. Not trying to say that, but that's facts. But the fact of the matter is, if you calling her stupid, you got to call yourself stupid first.
That's if they get married, because sometimes they don't even make it past that point,
And that make them a fool.
Shacking up is we call it shacking up. I tell you, when you're having sex before marriage and things like that, sometimes things get twisted. And this is why I share with my children, you gotta wait.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta wait. You gotta wait. You gotta wait. And we have to be honest with them as well. Mom and daddy didn't wait. And sometimes, we ended up with the wrong people, but we found each other. God brought us together. And it's a beautiful thing if you can just wait, if you can wait, because once you give it out, you can't get it back.
No, it's not coming back.
You can't get it back.
You got to use wisdom. The thing is, when you find true love, you have to love yourself first.
That's good.
You have to love yourself first.
True love is loving yourself first. Yeah.
You can't sit here and then get mad. I hear it so many times, and I had an argument with a young lady. She was telling me, "Oh, there's no good men out there. All the men out there is garbage." And I look at her, and I said, so I'm not going to disagree with you. You're right. I said, but look who raising them.
I knew you was going to go there. It is 8:57. We cannot go into that.
She got mad. She said, something?
You're going to do it anyway.
I'm not going to argue. You're right. Shut up and walk out my face. Because if you want to blame anybody else, we have to blame myself at the root. Even myself. There's a lot of young black men that grew up without a father, but that still don't make them a bad person. They have to wake up and realize how good they are. We can't always throw everybody in the trash. We have to find the good. Look at that potential in that young black man. Let me see if I can speak life in that young black man. Because I'm gonna tell you, I meet a lot of young black men that I end up fathering and tell them a lot of good things. And they say, I thank you, I appreciate it. Nobody never speak to me like this. Because all they ever hear, N-word, bastard, you know what?
And this is coming from the mamas.
And the sad part, I'll say the story about when I was at work. I usually don't work with juvenile.
Somebody said, come back with that topic.
I usually work with the juveniles, and you usually do not work with the juveniles because they're unpredictable with their attitude.
Oh, that's why I don't work with the youth either.
This day they say, well, Carvel, you got to work with the juvenile. You got to do visitation for the juvenile. So how they do their visitation, we pull the juvenile out, and the parents come and sit down with the young man. So when I went downstairs to get the parents, the family members to come upstairs to speak to the young men, when I get there, I was expecting, honest to God, I guess my little mind sometimes think too far positive and too far fetched. So I get down and I thought I was gonna see all, a couple of granddads or uncles or probably a dad or somebody that is complete life into the young man's life. I see all the mothers. Okay, I ain't say nothing. They brought their kids. They come upstairs and see them, and I'm sitting and I'm watching this show. It was like looking at the Lifetime show. The kids sitting there and the mom speaking all kind of wickedness to their own child. And the son is beginning to teach the young sister how to do different gang signs. And nobody is there to speak life into none of the kids' life. They was telling them about, this is out there calling you, saying da. And I'm looking like, wow, who is here to speak life in these young men? The mothers are actually here speaking death to their own child life. Now, the sad part about it, once they get older and become a grown man for themselves, that young man will be held to another woman. They may get mad at these young men. Why are they garbage? Why are they garbage? But we have to blame ourselves because we didn't speak life when it was time to speak life.
Oh, Jesus. I tell you, this is your cup of tea right here. Y'all ever want to see my husband open up? Talk about the young men and them not having the right person in their life, especially if the mothers are raising them, having them to speak life into them, or the way that they're speaking to them. I remember when we first got together and we started having children, he would say, because I would do things in a way that I learned, and he would say, "Don't talk to my kids like that. Don't talk to my children like that. You're not gonna talk. Don't do that. That's not. No, you can't do that." And I'm like, why? It was done to me. It'll be okay. Don't talk to my kids like that. These are my kids, you know. And it's kind of it's kind of sad when you see these things. I don't work with the youth, and the reason why is because they are very unpredictable, and a lot of times, um, the reason why they are the way that they are is because of the way that they were raised. 9 times out of 10, and I have some therapists that are on the line with me. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. 9 times out of 10, it's because of the way their mother has raised them. And oftentimes, they would always say, if when I would get them, is, why does my mom talk about my dad like this? I just want to know who he is. Or, why did my dad leave me? I just want to know who my dad is. And there's only so much that I can do. Talking with young people make me cry. So I just don't deal with that population. I would rather get them when they're 18 and older, preferably not even 18, but I would rather deal with them when they're older, when their frontal cortex has actually fully developed, because sometimes they can't understand. And then the mothers would come in and put the blame completely and solely and utterly on the
On the
father
fathers.
or on the child.
Correct.
Now, so thank God. Okay, I see you. I see you, my therapist associates that are in here. Yes, yes, yes. They're saying that this is so true. And it is hard for us as therapists to try and come in, even my husband to try and go in. They see this man and they've never seen it before. And they're just like, well, what do I do? Some of them listen to him and some of them want to fight because they've never had another man to
They feel
show them
threatened.
love. They feel threatened. They don't know what to do with it.
And the biggest thing they need, they want to be recognized as something they was not raised to be.
Very good. A man.
And they get mad and say, I am a man. My mama told me I'm a man. I say, but how can she tell you something that she don't know nothing about?
When my husband starts speaking like this, I always, I would tell him, I said, I don't think that, the people are ready, to hear this. But I think that you guys are. If you can listen to foolishness all day, you can hear things like this. And some black women, they be wanting to fight. They don't want to hear that they're wrong because they always think that they're right.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to tell you right now, black women, some of you with the love of God that I have in me, some of you are wrong.
And then the thing about it, and then you run to a white man and give him utter respect, but give your son the garbage. Then get mad at me because I'm telling you wrong. Wake up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I thank you, you guys, for commenting, and those of you who have called in, you can still call in. We have a little bit more time. You can comment, like, and please share this. Get this out there for some people who may need to hear it and see it. It may not be for you, but it could save somebody else's life. You never know who may need to speak with us. They may need some more information. It's not always all about you.
Yeah.
It's not always all about you. And I know self-preservation comes first, but in order to have a good generation, sometimes we each one teach one. Share some information that you have. Stop trying to hold everything because you want to make it first, but you don't want this person to have this. Like, that's the crab in the barrel mentality. And that's the problem with a lot of our black people. But it is generational trauma and grief, as Elta Ampadu has shared here. These things, this generational trauma, it doesn't just come from my grandmother, my great grandmother. It goes back.
Yeah.
We talk about generational.
So I see it like this here. They trying to escape the trauma. I'm gonna marry a white man because he don't have that trauma that come along with it.
But little do they know.
Oh, they got it.
Little do they know.
But it's a different way.
Little do they know, statistics show, and I have my therapist friends on here. I'll let them post it as well. I'll post it up here so you can see I'm not alone in this. We study these things. Statistics show that white men commit suicide quicker than any black man
Yes.
will because they don't understand
Trauma.
the struggle. It ain't even trauma, it's the
Oh.
struggle of not having finances.
Oh yes, I remember back in I was in Arizona, and the stock market crashed for the first time in years in the 80s.
Mhm.
And next thing we know, the president of, I ain't gonna name this grocery store, jumped off the building and killed himself because he lost millions of dollars.
Absolutely. They don't want to live. They want our culture and things like that. And God forgive me, I don't want y'all to think that I'm just white bashing. I am not. I love my white friends. I
Yes, I
love my
do.
white associates. They know that I talk like this. I love them to death. I love them to life.
Correct.
But I always tell them, well, let's see what y'all can do if y'all don't have no money.
Exactly.
You know, it's very difficult. It's not all, because I know some that have been in the struggle and they can come to the cookout. They make potato salad better than us. So that have
Without the
been
raisins.
without the raisins. But we know some that have been through the struggle. Some of you guys know some that have been through the struggle that can understand. And all they want to do is, well, I have colleagues that just want to understand, who I am and who we are as a culture, because they have to go out and work with the Black culture. This is going to be my final piece, and then you're going to have your final piece. So I wanted to share this. Is when I was in school, I was in the bachelor's program, and I'm telling you, there were so many Black people in the bachelor's program. Your mama, your auntie, your uncle, everybody was in there. 9 times out of 10, it was because they were working with children and they needed a bachelor's degree to do whatever it was they needed to do with children, whether it was to get a little bit more money or whatever have you. So I graduated cum laude. I just want to say that. I graduated cum laude out of my
We
bachelor's program,
graduated.
out of the bachelor's program. And I get into the master's program, but I had to do, I did the advanced class. So I didn't do, all those years that I had to do. I only did 2 years in the advanced class. So if you make good grades and you get straight A's, you guys can bypass doing so many years. So this means that you can actually finish your master's degree in 2 years. Look it up. It's for you to look up for yourself. So I went to the master's program and I was so excited. I was so excited. And one of my white colleagues who had been with me from the bachelor's program, she was sitting next to me and she said, Taisha, can I ask you a question? I said, yeah, babe, you can ask me anything. She started looking around and she said, where the Black people at? And I looked around, I was like, girl, I don't know. She was like, what happens? Why are the Black people not coming to the master's program? Tears began to roll out of my eyes. I said, there are a lot of reasons why. There are a lot of reasons why, but I don't think I want to share that with you. Some of the people that are here, you can ask them. I said, I don't speak for all the Black people, but 9 times out of 10, I didn't share this with her, but I'm going to share it here, is because they don't have the support.
Yes.
They don't have the support. They're single parents. They're single moms. They don't have no one pushing them. Thank God for my husband. I had him pushing me and telling me, babe, you can do this. Don't worry about us. I would come home and he would have food. It would be hot and ready. He said, no, this is your mom's food. When she get home, she's going to be tired. And and he would just be getting off work. And I'm like, you did this for me? And he's like, yeah, I want you to get your degree. This is going to be for us, not just for you.
You know what we miss, and when it come down to picking your spouse, you need to pick yourself first.
Mm.
When I met my wife, I saw potential as well as she saw potential in me. And what I
Not
did
immediately.
was I began to put focus on how can I push this potential to the limit and go past that limit. And when she got to school, when it was my turn first. And I said, well, baby, if you want me to get this here, I need your help. Baby's got to go to sleep at 7 o'clock. Little bit no, the baby's been on sleep exactly at 7 o'clock every single day. It was on time. It helped me out. I was able to get the degree I need to get, and I was able to get the job I need to get to be successful, to help her to be successful as well. Now, after that took place, it was her turn. I said, "Baby, you do it." Well, what I'm going to school for, we'll figure it out. God will give us the answer.
Yeah.
First, she was going for to be a lawyer. It did not work out. I'm like, "Baby, don't worry about it. Keep going. We're gonna figure this out." After a while, what about mental health? I said, "Know something? You like to help people all the time. Do it." After a while, she got the first degree. Keep going, baby. Second degree. No, you ain't done yet. The master degree. Get that master degree. You better get like you stole it. Because number one, why should I sit here and allow you to stop when you go all the way to the top and keep it going?
Mm-hmm.
So I push and I push and I support. I give her everything she needed so she could be successful. Because when I look at, I'm not helping her to be successful. I'm helping us to be successful. And a lot of black men need to learn, just because your wife have to have a degree, that do not make you less of a man. It make you more of a man by saying, I supported my wife and I got her what she needed so we could be successful as a whole.
Absolutely.
So when she say I got a degree, guess what? We went through the same struggle together. We got that degree.
Absolutely.
I went to the graduation too. I didn't walk, but I went.
Yeah. And he held on to the degree.
And I
He was
hope
like,
you understand. So when I look at my marriage, I look at it as we are fighting together to be one unit.
yeah.
And to be an example to the world of who we are and what we are about to do. So don't just look at it and say, "Oh no, that's another little black couple." No, this another big black couple.
Oh, you better say it with your chest.
I am.
Well, I'll tell you, you're going to get kisses tonight. Stop trying to be all like this. Let me hold your hand. Oh,
So,
wait.
gentlemen, listen up very carefully. If you're looking for a beautiful, powerful woman, get your black sister and support her like you support yourself.
Jesus.
Love her like you love yourself.
Jesus.
Treat her like you treat yourself. You want a brand new pair of shoes? Get her a brand new pair of shoes as well.
Absolutely.
You want a new watch? Guess what? Every time I get a watch, guess who get a watch too?
This is true.
Every time I turn around and buy myself a new shoe, guess what I end up doing? I buy her a new shoe too. You know why? This is me over here. We support each other. We love each other. So don't be scared to sit there and say, you know something? Let me treat my wife right. Because if I treat my wife right, guess what? She's going to definitely treat you right.
Absolutely. 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 High five, baby.
Oh.
High five. We're doing, you know what? We're doing all right today.
Yes.
This is all right. This is all right. You got any last comments? I don't think I should say anything else. You're making me all happy over here. You look so handsome. Look at you, just talk about me all good. I don't know what to do.
Well, my wife wanted to put her summary up, so I'm gonna say it like this here: love who you with, no matter if they're black, white, Spanish, Cubans, no matter who it is. You love who you with, but do not say I'm successful because I'm with this person. You successful because y'all work together.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, he just pretty much said the summary. I've never been just so speechless. I'm so happy that I married you. You are a very good man.
Oh, I'm happy I married you too.
You're a very good man. Don't make you about to make me cry.
Sexy wife.
About to make me cry. Anywho, so I'm gonna have to get off because I promise you I'm about to like really just cry here for a second. With that being said, I wanted to do some preliminaries here. And to share with you guys the again, before you got me just over here. Boy, I tell you, we're gonna have a good night. Good night. We married, so I'm sorry if I'm loud in y'all ear. I don't know what to do. I've never been so speechless like this before. So
go on that. Yes, go on honeymoon.
So we're going to do some preliminaries. We also have another person that I wanted to promote as well. She is on the line. There are two of them that are here. But I'm going to put these up that we had up a little earlier. And this is, I'm sorry, why do I keep cutting your face out? I apologize, baby.
It's okay.
So
okay.
we have
they know I'm here.
Minister Lionel. He comes on before us at 7:00. So if you guys have nothing to do on Sunday night, there are so many different things. So this is a Father's Note. um, a father's note, Minister Lionel loves to talk to men about just men things.
And you know we need that.
Absolutely. And sometimes my husband's on there, but he has an array of great men that comes on, on the show. So I want you guys to, before, we come on, Minister Lionel is on, and he always has some wonderful things. And sometimes his wife comes on as well and shares some different things about, women and being a woman and
Yeah.
all these wonderful things. So I usually always catch their show before ours come on. So you guys go and check his show out. The next one is I want you guys to go on to I think we have the website. I'm not sure, but if you're still on any of the Carvels that are there, we have Raymond Carvel Sr., who is running. If you're in the city of Miami Gardens, please go back and look at the video that we shared on
Last week.
on the 10th of April. I have it here. We had Raymond Carvel Sr. talking about candidate seat number 2. So he's running for that seat, and you'll have all the information there. Everything is uploaded and ready for you guys to take advantage of. So we like to give a lot of information. Also, we have Elta Ampadu. She's on here. She does grief counseling. And although she said yes and good night, I want you guys to see her name and how it's spelled. She has her own show that she does. I want to say she comes on at around like 6. But with that being said, go and follow her. She does grief counseling. If you guys need some help with grief or with generational trauma, please go and take a look at her. And then we also have on here tonight Tamika Duncan. Tamika Duncan, you guys go and follow her. She's working on her doctorate degree. Y'all don't play with us. These are Black women. These women got degrees. Hello, somebody.
And
They're smart, beautiful Black women.
And I guarantee this here, if a Black man want to be smart, you better know how to support that woman.
Absolutely, absolutely. But Elta is already married.
So. No, not them. Now leave them alone. They taken already.
We even have Jessica L. Yates. We had her on.
She's taken too.
She's taken too. But Jessica L. Yates is a family lawyer. So I'm just putting their names up right now so that you can find them. So she's with Yates Legal Group, and we had her on 2 weeks ago.
Yes,
we had her on 2 weeks ago, and it was phenomenal. You guys make sure that you go on and check these things out. These are things that are for you all that we have in the community, and things that we're trying to do to advance the kingdom of God. This is our way of doing it. So if there are no more questions or concerns, let's do her right.
Sorry.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Dr. Duncan.
Hello, Dr. Duncan.
God bless you.
That's right. Yeah, you better put
do
the
it.
degrees
Do
up
it.
there.
Do it. You know, I'm proud to see beautiful Black women and Black men that's out there doing their thing. Absolutely. It makes me proud to say, keep it going. Because if we don't be an example to our generation, we're gonna be that example for us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So God bless you. I'm happy for you.
Absolutely. So if that is all, I just want to thank you guys. Thank you to everyone who called in on this evening.
Yes.
Thank you to everyone who commented and you guys shared. We really appreciate you. And thank you for just supporting our show. We really, really, really appreciate you. Tamika, Dr. Duncan, everybody is saying congratulations to you here. So we want to congratulate you on today. Let's give some hand claps here. Congratulations. Thank you so very much for joining in on today. If all hearts and minds are clear. We just came from church today, so we super saved today.
Yes.
We got our church in today. We was in them church pews today. and you didn't fall asleep. I'm so proud of
No,
you.
I did not. I did not.
The service was
I
really,
did
really
not.
good. The service was good.
I behaved
This is for you,
myself.
Tamika. Huh?
I behaved myself.
You behaved yourself. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I'm telling you, he texts me in church. It's just so bad. It's so bad. It's so
not
bad.
that bad.
You are bad. Anywho, all right. Well, we don't want to have to leave, but we got to go. We are already 20 minutes over the time. So we want to just tell you guys thank you, and we love you with the love of the Lord. Come back here next week, Sunday at 8 o'clock on what, babe?
Let's talk marriage.
Why you gotta do your voice so deep? We got
sorry.
to work on that. We got to
Okay.
work on that.
How you
Stop
want me to do
giving
it?
these women your deep, deep voice.
So how you want me to do
Just say it nice.
it? Let's talk marriage.
Huh? Oh Lord. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you so much. We love you all. Thank you again for joining in, and we'll see you next time.